The first thing you can do is explain yourself. Explain what? Cameron told me about your little genealogy lab. It is a biology class, so yes, we do cover genetics as outlined in the syllabus. Huh. Well, Cameron brought his home and he had all kinds of questions for me. I do remember talking to Cameron about the part where they're looking at some of their own features and comparing them to their parents. Exactly. You had no right to tell Cameron that his father isn't his father. I'm sorry. I didn't do that. You had no right to tell him that, and now my husband is going to be asking me questions as well, and now I'm going to have to tell them that because of your little genealogy project, our entire family is going to fall apart? What, nothing to say for yourself? Would you consider yourself a parent who's involved in your child's life? Of course I am. Now you're questioning my parenting? No, just establishing that you're involved in processes like when he chose his classes for this school year. Of course, we always make those decisions together to ensure his future. Right, so there were 3 different science classes that Cameron could have taken, and each one had a description, so if you were sitting there with him as you're telling me that you were, yeah, then why would you allow him to sign up for a class that would potentially out this little secret of yours? But, I did not tell Cameron that his father isn't his father. In fact, I explained that your genes are very complex because we are complex beings, and all of the genetic traits he was seeing could have come from 1 or 2 or 3 generations back, and that it was pretty cool to be rare like that. So when he was asking me about all of his other relatives, he was probably just trying to figure out who he looks like. Oh. I'm just going to take a wild guess and say that some of these emotions I'm seeing right now were also displayed in your conversation with Cameron. How am I going to explain that now? Well, far be it for me to tell you how to handle your personal business, but I think now would be a good time to have a conversation with your son. If I tell my son, I have to tell my husband. And I do not want the details of why that's going to be a hard conversation. This is your conversation to have. Well, Cameron's 15 and I've been married for 18 years. That is exactly the information I did not want to know. Have a conversation with your child, please, because this is not my business. Well, then you shouldn't have done the project. And you shouldn't have had your child sign up for a class that had genealogy lab in the course description. Have a conversation with your son. I'm sorry it happened this way, but now it's, I guess, out. And you're going to have to figure out a way to navigate that. Yeah. All right. Bye. You have a good day too.